All right, the first thing you need to know is we need the boards here. You can use rulers if you're at home. You need canvas under it, canvas above it, and a rolling pin. At home you can use a soda can or soup can or something big and round, shampoo bottle. Anyways, you want to flatten the clay by hand at first. Use the palm of your hand, not your fingers. You'll see the little dents there. So you're going to flip it over. Now you see the smooth side. It's still too thick. Flatten it again. And when you get it close to being the thickness of your rulers or the boards here, then put the canvas on top and roll it. Now this is an option for making the template. We made 3 ahead of time, a small, medium, and large. You can take a piece of paper and cut it to the right size, and then cut the little hill, fold it in half and cut the hill. Either way, you're going to place your template onto,
it's 10:30.
Place your template onto the clay and use the lacing needle at a 90-degree angle, vertical, straight up and down, and cut that as accurately as possible. So this is my piece that went with the template. This is the leftover. I'm saving both of those because this is going to become the base. I'm going to take a sponge and smooth off the edges and get rid of that canvas texture. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to smooth the other side as well. Now I'm going to pick it up and stand it up, and I'm going to fold the 2 flaps over each other. You're going to take your comb and your toothbrush, the wet toothbrush so it makes slip, and score this and slip it and stick it together. And now you can see the pieces are stuck, and I laid it down so that I could use the comb to score this part. Then I'm using the paintbrush or toothbrush to add some water and create slip. I'm also creating slip over here on the base because I'm going to put these 2 pieces together. And then I'm going to cut around the base. This time I'm doing an undercut, but I'm leaving like 1/8 of an inch right here and right here to blend up into the pot. Okay, and that's instead of adding a coil. If you just cut it straight down, you'd have to add a coil at the seam. This is that little bit of extra clay to create that coil. So you can see the extra clay there. I'm going to use a modeling tool. If you're at home, you can use the back end of a spoon and blend it up. And you'll see right here I'm pushing up. I'm pulling that piece of clay, that little extra clay is pulled up and blended into the pot. And then finish with your finger, just rub it around, smooth it off. Okay, so this is the basic project, but it's not done yet. This is a weak spot right here because there's a little crack in this seam. So you can put a coil in there and then use the back end of a paintbrush to blend it up. If it's tight enough, you can just skip the coil and use the back end of the paintbrush. But either way, we don't want to see a crack like this in the end. If you see that crack, good chances it's going to crack all the way when it dries. Okay. All right, now I'm going to finish up just smoothing the whole thing out. And the last step is the staple. The staple presses the 2 pieces of clay together. So you can see one hand's on the inside, I have a tool on the outside. You can use any tool. You can use a spoon, a knife, paintbrush from the classroom. If you have a nice piece of jewelry or a ring that you want to press in here to make an impression, you can do that. And that's the final project for constructing. Still needs to be cleaned up, but that's the construction.